Um, have you ever had anybody quote back one of your rhymes that you freestyled, and like as they said it to you, you just kind of looked at them like, "What are you talking about?" and you forgot that you rhymed it, or do you have all that kind of locked in a vault upstairs, and you kind of remember, "Oh yeah, I said that line
Well, I
back
can
then."
always tell by the tone of my voice. My voice is a dead giveaway for me. It's like the tonality of my voice. But I did have a moment one time where I was at a party in Philly. It was around Halloween. This is about 9, 10 years ago, maybe even further than that. I don't know. But the DJ was playing tunes, and a tune came on, and I was sitting there with the homie that I was talking to at the time, and I was bouncing my head, and I was like, "Yeah, this is dope." I was like, "Hold on, that it was me," and it was like it was a remix that the dude was playing, and it was on ABB Records, and it was a Ninth Wonder remix to a song that Evidence had produced, and it just was funny that to me that I was like sitting there rocking out, and then I was like, hold on, this is me, like, and it was that happened before,
That's
like,
actually pretty amazing.
yeah,
I like that. I like that.
yeah.
So, did anybody around you like point it out, like, "Hey, that's you"? Like, did anybody ever key in
No,
on
that
that? Or
I no, no, he didn't even know. It was like me. I was sitting there listening, and a part came, and I was like, the beat came in first, and I was enjoying the beat, and then I started hearing just a little bit of the lyrics, and then it dawned on me. I was like, I went straight to the DJ, and I was like, yo, what is this? You? Because I didn't even know it came out. The remix that came out,
yeah.
and I went to the DJ. I was like, what is this you playing, bro? I'm like, what is this? And he was like, oh, remix, ABB Records. I'm like, yeah, that's me. And the DJ didn't even know that I was doing this. Yeah,
So
pardon me.
was he shocked when you pointed out? Like, did he believe you right away? Like, yo,
No,
that
he
is
knew
you.
once I said it, but he didn't know.
Okay.
He knew who Supernatural was. He was just like, yo, I didn't
Okay.
know you was even in. So one of those moments like that. That's the only time that's ever happened to me.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see. I wondered about it. I know it was kind of a niche question, but I just had to know if anything like that had ever happened. Man, I was kind of curious.
No.
Okay. Um, that's nice. I'm glad you shared that. That was a really good story. Um, so given that hip hop is still young, do you feel that there is an age limit for the art of rhyme? I was talking about this with some of my guys on the show recently, and a lot of people were saying, "Well, Eminem's 45," and I hate to go straight to him, but I just know his age off the top of my head. But people are saying, Eminem's 45. It's time for him to hang up the hat. But I don't think so. But what do you think about when it comes to rhyming? Do you feel like there's an age? Like, should people put a cap on that, or should it just be?
No, see, that's the ignorance of humans again. Okay. So the base element of hip hop or rap is poetry.
Yes.
Poets live to be old men. The older your pen gets, the more refined it gets, the more the messages become more absorbable. You can't rap about the same things that you used to rap about. So it challenges you, number one.
Right.
Number two, that's why they changed the rhythm and the frequency of the game because the OGs got a little older. So the message was going to get a little more wise. So we got to keep it dumb. We got to keep it trashed up. So for me, um, I believe that there is no shelf date on an MC's freshness. That's all up to the mental. If you let a person tell you, "Oh, you're too old to play the trumpet now," if I still got air in my lungs and I can breathe and buzz my lips and bust the horn, then I should be playing because this is what I find my solace in. This is what I find my peace in. And a lot of times, because of the way the industry is designed, once again, the industry,
Mm.
you understand, it's a machine. And but when you pull out a classic 1957 Chevy with Holly 4-barrel engine with four to the floor blown out with Krager tires on it with the Fat Boys. Nobody goes, ooh, that's a really ugly fucking car.
Right.
No, that shit is classic. And it'll eat your ass up.
Yep.
That's us. So for me, as long as I have breath in my lungs and I'm able to formulate a sentence, that's part of my creativity. Who is society to tell me I've grown too old? I'm older than Eminem. Might look younger than him, but I'm older than him. Shit,
Right.
I don't
Right.
know. Shit. So for me, I've never even looked. That doesn't even. It doesn't even play a factor in my thought process. Look at Black Thought.
Mm.
You look at Most Def. You know, I mean, come on, some of the illest.
Supreme rhymers. Yes.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
know what I mean, like, get out of here already. Rest in peace to Prodigy and Sean Price and all of these guys. These guys are all over their 40s, man. You
Right.
know,
See,
and
I
that's
think
just the name of few. That's just the name of few.
I think I align more with you, but I've just had a lot of guys come through the show that are young. I'm talking to guys that I've had on that are 21, 22, and they think, once you're over 30, you're over 35, that, you should lay down the rhyming. But I mean, I feel like rhyme is your instrument. I think you hit the nail on the head when you said you don't put down the trumpet or a saxophone or any instrument just because you get over a certain age. Yeah, rhyming is your instrument.
And poetry is your mark.
Hmm.
You know, but see, most cats don't even understand the true rudiments of poetry to even understand what rap is. They just rap. There's so many different ways of poetry. You have direct rhyming, you have haikus,
Sure.
you have rhymes that doesn't have any rhyme pattern whatsoever. You have triplets. You have all of these different things. But these cats just think I can rap. No, there is a science to this. There's a musical theory behind it,
Hmm.
and a lot of people just don't understand that. So who are you to tell me that I shouldn't rhyme anymore if I find stimulation in that? You know,
Yeah.
and you can get it. So
Hey, I
you know,
know, I know you can deliver on that statement, man.
so
I, I
it's
was
just
I was just watching your Rock the Bells freestyle that you spit. The one where you caught the t-shirt out of your peripheral.
Huh, that's what I need. Supernatural when I spit. I'm truly from a different breed. Hey, yeah, I am so spiritual. I caught the shirt out of my peripheral. Hey.
And you even said, I caught that shirt out of my peripheral. And like you rhymed it and it was beautiful. That whole set, you delivered repeated rhyme after rhyme after rhyme. Nobody can do that, You don't see that.
that's the difference in my freestyle. It's like you got some cats that are just hard at putting together some real ill ass lines, and then you got guys like me who can deliver those lines within his surroundings, and you just never know what could possibly happen. Now if I wasn't even that, and that particular day is a perfect example of not to be funny enough, but almost like ninja like qualities when you're busting. I'm looking directly at the audience.
No, I understand. I hear you.
And I'm
I
not
believe you.
saying that it was a once in a million chance that could have happened, but I seen somebody throwing something. I really thought it was something else. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I wanted to block it. And when I caught it, I was like, either you stop, address it, or you got to think of how many calculations you have to have in that split second to say, I'm going to catch this shirt. I'm not going to stop rapping. I'm not
Right.
going to lose my space, but I'm going to incorporate this in by the time it touches my hand. So it's like all of those things are crazy in your head, and I can't explain that to anyone. Like on that level of freestyle, I couldn't explain that to nobody in the world, and that's the magic of what I do. Opposite of I can get up and do that shit too. Get in a cipher and just spit some real hard bars
Yeah.
off the dome. But like I said, I want to make you feel a certain little magic. People don't even understand. Sometimes in a conversation, we might be talking, casually, and I'm recording in my brain certain little things you might have said in the conversation. Then I
Okay.
bust. And I might shock you with your own words, like, oh snap, I just said that. Sometimes people catch it, sometimes they don't. It all depends. But like I said, man, that's the magic.
Absolutely. Like I didn't understand, like I couldn't understand how you did it, but I did recognize right away the whole t-shirt catching thing. I recognized right away just how magical that was. And I had to run it back over and over. I can't tell you how many times I listened to that just trying to understand. And I realized there was so much that went into a lot of the rhymes that you used, but especially that t-shirt thing. It was just instant, you know, and I knew, man, you're different. You're different than all of them.
God gave me something special, and I think sometimes that's one of the reasons, man, that it's like such a weird road for me sometimes. People are like, yo, Supernat, you should be way more famous and you should be this. But the one thing that I just won't do, there's certain morals and certain codes of ethics that I've set for myself that I won't violate, you know, just to make a dollar, you know. And, you know, no disrespect to anybody out there, get your money the way you get your money. But for me, I know that by staying steadfast and true to my belief system of hip hop should be healing, hip hop should be educational, hip hop should be fun, hip hop should be, you know, gutter, hip hop should be a little street sometimes, hip hop should, you know, it should be a depiction of life as a whole. You know, as long as I know that I stay true to that, I'll be all right, you know.
Man, I feel that. Yeah. Who do you listen to when you're not creating your own sounds? I mean, who do you just sit back and vibe to?
Rap wise?
Anything. It doesn't,
Oh,
we don't have
man.
to.
Like rap wise, I don't listen to a lot of hip hop. Like I listen to a lot of jazz. I listen to old funk records. I listen to a lot of reggae music. I love dance hall music.
Okay.
You know, like all the champions, like Buju and Capleton and Bounty Killer and Beanie Man and Pinches and Sanchez, Super Cat. Like that's the whole dance hall thing, which a lot of people don't understand. That is one of the original foundation musics of rap. And I'll explain this to you real quick.
Okay.
The sound system, of course, was brought to the level of the thump with Kool Herc.
Right.
Kool Herc hailed from Jamaica. In Jamaica, one of the things that they used to do, they would have sounds that would clash. They would call them sound clashes. And they would have two giant speaker systems on both sides of the yard and two DJs and the box man and what they would call the DJ was we call it MC in Jamaica, so they'd call him the DJ, and the man on the wheels would be called the selector because he's picking the music.
Okay.
They would do a thing called toasting, and toasting was a way of like slowing down the party when we wasn't playing music, and the guy would get on and it'd be like a guy named Screechy Dan, and they all had these real dope names, you know, just like MCs. And they would be like, a 1, a 2, I buckle my shoe, a 3, a 4, let me open the door. I said, me come through nice, my style so tight, me look at the ladies and my shine so bright. You know, and it was still like talking shit and boastful, and but it is you know, a Jamaican flow. So that is one of the foundations of hip hop. A lot of people don't take it that far. They take it to the Bronx and they stop there. So to add on to when you ask me like what do I listen to, I'm highly influenced by that music. You know, I love soulful house. I love all type of music, man. I mean, like lately I've been you know, making beats, right? And I make beats all the time, but
Yeah,
even
I
in
caught
making
that.
beats, I
I
got
caught
some
that
heat.
on Instagram. It's fire too.
Yeah, I got a few things. So like when I'm traveling through my beat journey, even doing that, like some days I'm listening to classical music just because I can. God gave me ears and I still love to use them. So it's like I have 2 boxes of classical music my buddy just brought over here. And it's like some days I can't stand to hear it, but other days I can put it on and I love to just pick it apart, just composition wise in my ear and hear, wow, how did he do that? That's the beauty of music. So I listen to all types of stuff. But as MCs, like man, my MC list is pretty extensive of dudes that I dig. You know, I like all the OGs from Rakim to KRS to Kane, and, you know, all of those. But then I also like Pharaoh, Jada Kiss, you know, Nas, Biggie, you know, Pun, J Electronica, Mos. You know, it's like I appreciate all wordsmiths around the world.
Absolutely. That's definitely my favorite. is if you can cut the beat off and you can listen to the lyrics and you're just like, wow, it's powerful, it's connected. They just do their thing. Like, I love a great lyricist, you know, above all. I mean, I can listen to people rap without a beat all day.
I'm kind of two ways on that one, because sometimes dudes will get so comfortable with not rapping to a beat and they forget that the beat is the soul. And that's where a lot of MCs lack, is when you turn on a beat, they just go soulless. It sounds robotic. The delivery is stale, you know, and that comes too from not being produced. You know, you got beat makers and producers. A producer should tell you, yo, man, your voice should sound a little bit, put a little more flavor on it.
Yeah.
You know, that thing that I can't stand is a too stoic of an MC, unless that's your style. You know, there's a few cats that's their style. Like Eric Sermon is a very stoic flow, you know, but it fits him. Evidence has a very slow, stoic type flow, but it complements him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, there we go. I could talk about MC shit all day.
See, that's me too, man. And that's why I started the whole unscripted hip hop thing, is because I felt like I was going out and talking to, like, I talk to everybody and I talk about rap and hip hop all day, things that are going on, who we like, who we don't, what we like about them. And one of my buddies pitched it at me. He was like, man, you've got a YouTube channel. You do rap videos on there all the time. Why don't you talk about rap and hip hop and let people know who you are and, like, how you feel about things? And that's where it came from. That's where this came from, is because I like to talk about stuff all day long too. It's just my thing. I don't know. It's like the best hobby to have, you know, do what you love.
Exactly.